Part 1. Question 1. Listen to this news item. If the workers don't get what they want, there will be A. More warnings, B. More inflation, C. More strikes.
Mercedes and Porsche were among the firms hit yesterday when a lightning strike in the German engineering industry brought work to a standstill. Some 24,000 workers downed tools in a dispute over pay. IG Metall, which is the country's largest union, warned employers that this strike was a warning only and would be followed by others if a better pay offer was not made. The union is claiming a rise of over 6%, which is nearly treble the rate of inflation in Germany.
Question 2. Listen to this telephone conversation. The man is talking to A. a farmer, B. his employer, C. the police.
Joe? Joe, is that you? No, look, I haven't got time to talk. I'm only in the farmhouse for a second. Listen, I've just been up to the top fields and about 50 sheep and lambs are missing. You've lost them too? Well, I was going to ask if you'd seen any of mine on your land, but it must be rustlers. No, I didn't hear anything last night either. Look, I'll call the police and then I'll be round to see you.
Question 3. Listen to this conversation. Mary wants to go to A. the cinema, B. the theatre, C. neither the theatre nor the cinema.
Mary, let's go out tonight. We could go to the cinema.
What's on?
Sleepless in Seattle at the Odeon and The Lion King at UCI.
I don't know about a film. What about the theatre?
Oh, the Grand has a pantomime on. It's Aladdin.
Oh, I quite fancy that. Can we go for a meal first?
Question 4. Listen to this announcement in a department store. You want to buy a pair of shoes. You should go to A. the 3rd floor, B. the ground floor, C. the 2nd floor.
Here are the details of this week's special offers at Bentall's department store. On the 2nd floor, our new range of men's suits from Italy have been reduced by 10% in price for the summer season. In the footwear department on the 3rd floor, Gucci loafers and Monsoon brogues are on offer at 15% reduction. Finally, on the ground floor, our food hall is promoting products from France this week, and there are special offers on a large selection of wines and cheeses.
Question 5. Listen to this conversation between two business colleagues, John Jameson and Michael Jones. Who is senior? A. John Jameson, B. Michael Jones, C. They are equal.
Michael, come in here a moment, will you please?
Yes, Mr. Jameson.
It's about the Rockwell account.
Ah, yes. Well, what can I tell you about it, Mr. Jameson?
I noticed the figures have been going down. Why?
Going down? Are they going down? I hadn't...
Let me make things clear to you, Michael. Rockwell is your responsibility. If they go, then you go too.
Question 6. Listen to this extract from a TV program. The program is A. the news, B. a documentary, C. a political broadcast.
And this is why we in the government have worked hard to establish the correct basis for financing public spending on the health service, education and social security. Only the Conservative Party has a policy. The other parties say they want to expand and improve these areas, but they haven't got the honesty to say where the money will come from to pay for this. Labour don't mention financing at all. The Liberals talk of a penny on income tax, but let me tell you, this won't begin to cover the cost of their plans.
Question 7. Listen to this telephone conversation. The speaker finally agrees to A. Resell the tickets, B. Give back the money, C. Issue different tickets.
No, I'm sorry, we cannot refund the money after the ticket has been paid for. You did book and pay for these tickets some time ago. I think you'll find it says on the back of the ticket that money will be refunded only in the event of a cancelled performance. But listen, we can try to resell the tickets for you. Oh, well, that's easier. If you want to exchange the tickets for another concert in the Music in the City series, we can do that. What is it you want to see now? The Mozart one. Yes, I can make that change for you. There will be a small administration charge.
Question 8. Listen to this man talking about his holiday. On his holiday, he travelled A. on foot, B. by bike, C. by car.
And really glorious weather. Of course, we were a little saddle-sore at the beginning, but it's surprising how quickly that wears off. It's a much slower-paced holiday than we're used to, and that was good. We were able to take more time to look at the views or to stop at a pub for lunch, and of course we were out in the fresh air all the time. Even the puncture which Myra had was just a good excuse for stopping and enjoying the scenery while we mended it.
That's the end of part 1.
And we end today's programme on a sad note. Here's John with a tribute to the zoologist and writer Gerald Durrell, who died earlier this week.
Gerald was an extraordinary life, lived with great intensity in almost every part of the world, and portrayed with great vividness in over 30 books. The last time I saw him, he told me that people often said they wished they had lived a life like his, and he always replied, "Well, why don't you? All you have to do is get on with it." Apparently, they would then look rather abashed and mutter about mortgages and having families to keep. "Really," he said, "people just don't have the courage to risk it." Gerald's life was full of risks, and he never failed to display the courage of his convictions in trying to protect the animal life he loved so much. Gerald was born in India, but after the death of his father, his family moved first to Britain and then to Greece. His love of animals was apparent even from an early age. The first word he ever spoke was not mummy or daddy, but zoo. His career as a zookeeper and animal collector was established before he could even walk. He collected animals and insects in matchboxes or casserole dishes or anything he could lay his hands on. His childhood adventures collecting animals on the island of Corfu were recorded in his book My Family and Other Animals, which became a bestseller and a television series. Gerald was largely self-educated, but the book also became, to his considerable amusement, a set text for examinations. From his love of animals came his life's work, which was to protect and preserve the world's rich diversity of animal life and habitat from ever-increasing destruction by mankind. The World Wildlife Fund, which he founded, and Jersey Zoo, which he also founded, were part of his attempt to do this. But an equally important part of his mission was to educate people, and to mobilize public pressure to stop the destruction. He did this through public speaking. He was a natural raconteur, with a great gift for mimicry. Most obviously, though, he did it through his books, which he carefully crafted to attract as wide an audience as possible. If it is possible to ascribe the prominence of today's ecology movement to any one man, that man is Gerald Durrell. Gerald's books are full of good humour. This was a genuine and most attractive side of his character. But he became easily frustrated, especially with other people, and on these occasions he had a terrible temper. He never displayed such impatience with animals, and always said that he preferred animals to people.
That's the end of part 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our weekend of walks here at the Lakeside Hotel. I hope you all had a pleasant journey here and enjoyed your dinner. Now, I'm going to describe to you the 5 walks we have planned for tomorrow, and we'd be grateful if, before retiring for the night, you'd let our receptionist know which walk you would like to join. Walk 1 will take us along Redwood Dale and up Scaffold Peak. Don't let that worry you. It's quite a gentle slope, really, and we're only going halfway up. I should mention that the ground tends to be rather rocky, so perhaps a pair of stout walking shoes and a warm coat would be advisable, as it gets a little chilly on the way up. But once there, I can assure you that you will find the view magnificent and well worth the effort. Walk 2 doesn't involve any change of level. We stroll along the bank of the River Swale, passing the local fishermen trying their best to get a bite. Our destination will be Mappin Isle, a half-mile or so down the river. Local pleasure boats will ferry us across to the isle where a natural reserve has been created, and we can wander at leisure among the large range of wildlife. Walk 3 takes us in the opposite direction, but along the bank of the same river to the Rothwell Fish Farm. Here you will see modern fish farming methods in operation. Part of the River Swale has been cordoned off, and an extensive variety of fish are bred here for both ecological and commercial purposes. We will be shown around the fish farm, and all your questions relating to it will be answered. Walk 4 takes us to the historic village of Wentworth, and we stroll along the cobbled lanes of a remarkably unspoiled village where traditional handicrafts, which in other places have long ceased to exist, still survive. There will be plenty of time in which to purchase souvenirs, and we'll stop for a bite and something to drink before returning to the hotel. Finally, Walk 5 leads us to Sparsworth Caves. A short descent beneath the surface, and we find ourselves in the subterranean world of beautiful rock formations, stalactites and stalagmites. Please don't think you'll return with a sore back, since the caves are so spacious it's hardly necessary to bend your head more than once or twice. A quiet, dark world, but also a marvellously impressive one.
That's the end of Part 3.
Hello, Sarah. You're a bit early today. The class doesn't start for another half hour.
Yes, I know, Mike, and there's a reason. I'd like you to meet Jane Allen, my mother. She's interested in coming along with me and joining the aerobics class.
Pleased to meet you, Mrs. Allen. I'm Mike Hughes, as you probably know.
How do you do, Mike? I'm afraid I'm not at all sure I'm doing the right thing. It seemed a good idea at the time when Sarah and I discussed it, but now that I've had time to think, I decided to come and ask you if a woman my age is really suited to all this strenuous exercise.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't think strenuous is the right word. People of all ages take part, you know, and they do the exercises at their own pace.
There you are, Mum. What did I tell you? It's not as if anyone has to keep up with the others. You just do what you're comfortable with.
All right, that seems fine. But there's also the matter of the operation I had last year on the veins in my leg. I'm wondering if that makes any difference.
Well, all I can tell you is you wouldn't be the first to have come here after an operation of that kind, even after only a few months.
You could always put it to Dr. Finlay, Mum, and see what he has to say about the idea.
Yes, I suppose I could. He did say something at the time about improving the blood circulation.
Look, Mrs. Allen, why don't you give it a go, say, on a trial basis? I wouldn't want you to sign up without being absolutely happy in your own mind.
You couldn't ask for better than that, Mum. It's very reasonable.
If you'll allow me to say so, Mrs. Allen, I would hardly have thought that you were Sarah's mother. I'm sure you'll find that you'll fit right in along with everyone else.
All right, you've both convinced me. I agree to your generous offer, Mike, and I'll give it a go, as you say. In a way, I can't wait to get going, but all the same, I'd like to put things off for a little till I've had a chance to have a few words with Dr. Finlay and let him give the final go-ahead. Would that be suitable?
That's the end of Part 4. That's the end of the test. Please stop now. Goodbye.